And thus begins the third match of Group C between DuDo and Makro. Both these players like to play close up and with patterns, so this might be a really entertaining one. Makro is usually, strictly speaking, a guy that just plays his patterns and does not much care for kicking and footballing and all that other stuff. He just does what he's best at doing and he does it really well. So Makro is definitely a good player and a good match for DuDo, unlike, I don't want to say unlike Lizzie. She was playing a little bit aggressively, perhaps a bit too aggressively, being a bit too confident and a little bit nervous. DuDo is a more has a bit more kicks in him though. Makro is trying some kicks as well, but not as effective at using them. DuDo is also decent at dodging. They did play a little bit earlier. They're both playing really close by to each other and with really aggressive, weird patterns. And kicks as well. Makro is having trouble keeping up. And DuDo is just doing his thing. DuDo is keeping up good pressure. But Makro is not flinching. And Makro actually gets the kill in the end. That was well played by Makro. DuDo was putting on some excellent pressure, like actually excellent. That was really well played by DuDo, but Makro just refuses to die, refuses to let in. Pulling a Jojo, just staying safe, staying away from DuDo's shenanigans. Don't play too close when your opponent has the high ground. Well, there's no high ground here, it's a flat ground, but when your opponent has the initiative, when they have their bombs down already and they have control over the map, that's when you don't want to be aggressive. So Makro's play there was actually correct. You want to stay a bit more behind, you want to do your own thing, you want to give your opponent a bit of control, but then stay calm and don't do anything too rash, because even though having control in this game is very strong, if you have too much control for too long, you end up having decision-making problems where you're unable to make... Wow. Okay then. Where you're unable to keep control over the map 100% of the time. Unless you're like actually God tier, because having control over the map takes a lot of patience and a lot of dedication and a lot of determination and a lot of all the other words that are similar to those words. A lot of there's specific word I want to look for. A lot of just activity in your brain. A lot of something. I'm just saying the same thing over and over again. This is top-notch quality commentary. Thank you very much. I am Vaza. Please subscribe and all that other jazz. It requires a lot of... I'm still at it. I don't know why. It takes a lot of skill, is basically what I'm trying to say. You always need to have bombs on the field. Always. If you want to keep up the pressure. And always having bombs nearby and not replenishing all your bombs all the time is difficult, because when you want to get the kill, you need to commit a bit more with the certain bombs that you have. You don't want to only put on pressure, because that's how you can get countered. When you put on enough pressure, but then don't commit far enough, then your opponent can sense what your pattern needs with the pressure and just place down a predictive bomb that ruins whatever is going on for you. Which is why it's tough to keep on constant pressure. You can only do that for a certain amount of time, and after that you probably just have to count your chickens and hatch them with your something. It is now 2-2, I believe. Farming 166, heck yeah. Yes. Farming 101. Sometimes the game just gives you 6 boosts right off the bat and nothing else. And sometimes you get no boost, sometimes you get no bombs, sometimes you get no flame, sometimes you get only boost, only flame, only bombs. It's just Sometimes the RNG just does not like your face and just wants you dead no matter what. Especially when it comes down to sudden death, which JoJo had an unlucky scenario with, I believe so. I haven't actually checked the clip yet, I was slightly off my attention. There we go, that's the word I was looking for. The thing I was talking about having map control, you need to have a lot of attention in order to constantly keep attention of all the things that are going on the screen at once. Oh, there were some box glitches over there, but both players managed to survive through that, and Makro takes the 3-2 victory. Makro just barely itching it out at the end, having the 2-0 lead, but then losing the lead, but still managing to take the win in the end. Well played.